everyone, welcome back. This video is going to be me crocheting a hat. I know that this premise might not seem very new for some of you viewers, but I've been crocheting for over 8 years, like maybe 9 years, I lose count, and I have never, ever crocheted a hat, never. I feel like that is some sort of crime. I feel that there are like beginner projects that encourage you to make something like a beanie, and I don't know how I've bypassed this. I think it's been my obsession with amigurumi that has maybe got me out of it. I'm also never have been until sort of recently a hat wearer, but it's October and I thought now's the time, and there is one hank of yarn that has been in my stash for too long, and I think it's going to make the perfect colour scheme for a ribbed like beanie hat for the colder months as they're coming up. So I have checked my emails and I purchased this hank of yarn in March 2024. This hank started my obsession with hand-dyed yarn. I was just innocently browsing and I spotted this one, which is called Shinjuku, and another one, which I can't remember what it's called, but I'll put a photo here of what I ordered. And I fell in love immediately. This started my obsession with hand-dyed yarn and I cannot stress it enough. So we're now in October 2025 and I still haven't used it. What a surprise. It's time. I recently looked this up as well and I had a look at some other customers that have worked this up into things and it just looks stunning. It's a crime that it's sitting up here. It's a crime that it's been there that long. This one is 100% British blue-faced Leicester superwash. So it's going to be squishy and it's going to keep my head warm. It's 225 meters and it's DK weight. I went onto Ravelry and I searched for a free hat pattern that will be no more than this meterage, and I found one. It is called the Fisherman Beanie by Pucka, I want to say. I might be mispronouncing that, and if I am, I apologise. It's like a crochet rib stitch. I think it's half double crochets and slip stitches. It looks quite straightforward. It's crocheted flat and then you sew it together and close the top. I will give you a close-up of the yarn. This is what the inside of my head looks like. This is what my brain looks like. There's dark areas, there's explosions of colour. There's a little bit of white in there, here, you know, for those days where you're just sort of dead behind the eyes. That's me. And then massively like colourful. My next steps, I'm going to cake this up. I am so excited to see what it looks like caked, because then I can see the full like spectrum of colours, because I've just noticed there's like some reds in here, there's some very bright yellows, there's some deeper greens, and they're all hiding. Like, look at this outer black section and then there's just so much. I'm going to cake this up and I'll show you what it looks like caked, and then I'm going to get cracking on making a beanie. I'm back. The hank is caked up. It is as gorgeous as I was hoping it was gonna be, and I mean, I'll let it speak for itself. Look how many colours are in there. Looks like a black hole in space. Doesn't it look stunning? I'm so excited to use this. This is what our craft is about. Finding something that like really excites you, gets your like creativity going, and then getting excited about making something out of it. This is exactly how yarn should make you feel. Look how stunning it is. Anyway, one last look before it goes into a hat. What do we think? Is it gonna look good? I think so. I think so. My one concern is this gonna be enough to make a hat? There's 225 meters. The pattern stipulates 200 meters. So I thought, I've got 25 to play with. Fingers crossed for me, please, that this will be made into something. Hello, I'm checking in. I've stumbled across a hurdle and I don't know how to get over it. So there are 50 rows that you have to crochet. So you're looking at like 10 centimeter for every 10 rows, right? I've done 9 rows here. Colours are looking good. It's a lot more colourful than I thought. I thought the black would come through more. But it's looking great. This is 9 rows and it's currently measuring 7 centimeters. I'm not going to get 3 centimeters out of one more row. This is frustrating me because the pattern uses DK and a 4mm, which I'm using. There's already, it's not like gappy, but you're not going to be able to see it, I don't think. No. But there's, you know, there's show through in it. So if I went up a hook size, I feel like, it would be really gappy, which we don't want. If I stay at a 4mm, what if I don't have enough yarn to get, like what if I get to 50 rows with my yarn and it's too tight, right? And then what if I don't have enough yarn to finish it off? It's annoying me. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to keep going and hope for the best, or it's like barely any of my head. There's literally barely anything of my head. I've got like this much left. Do I just keep going, hope for the best? Yes, it will stretch, but then you lose a bit of the ribbing. In all honesty, I don't want to have to frog all of this back, to be honest. Maybe I could have done a 4.5. It might have helped it. It's a bit late now. It's a bit late now. That's annoying. Do you know what? When they have laid it flat like that, it does look quite thin. So it might be okay. Maybe it's supposed to stretch out. I think I'll do a row in a 4.5 and see how much difference it makes. Okay, 4.5 doesn't really make much difference, but I am just going to carry on with a 4. Might loosen my tension a little bit, and I'm, yeah, just gonna keep going. How everyone, I'm back checking in. So I am on row 37 of the hat. Just look at the colours. That's all I'm here for. This is why I'm doing this check-in. And I thought I'd try and catch it in the daylight so you could get a good sense of the colours that are cropping up. Interestingly, I thought it was going to be quite like black dominant, but most of the dark colour that you see is actually a dark purple. It's quite hard to tell, but it's looking really cool. It's looking really cool. I don't know about anybody else, but when you have a repetitive pattern, I find it really hard to concentrate. But if the yarn is fun and the colour is fun, I'm like 10 times more motivated to get something finished. So I'm on row 37. I believe there are about 50 rows in total. So I've still got a little bit more to go, but it's looking good. And I have noticed that when I started down here, it was quite tight, and then my tension's loosened up as we've got further up. So I am not as afraid now of the final size. I think it's going to be okay. I've got this much left of the yarn, so I definitely think it's going to be enough to get to the end. Touch wood. Such a quick, easy project, and this pattern is so simple. It's like for a free pattern, it's absolutely great. And I carry on and hopefully get to the end and then show you the final size before I then sew the top shut. I'll check in with you in a bit. Hi everyone, I'm back and checking in on my beanie progress. So I have finished a good amount of rows, I think. The pattern called for about 50 rows altogether, and I have done more than that. I've done maybe 55, and I kept checking along the way for sizing, and it's all fine. It's basically just if you do 50 rows, it will stretch slightly, so you do lose like the ribbing aspect of it, and then the more rows that you do, the more intact the ribbing looks, if that makes sense. So here it is flat at the minute. It's really I mean, I hope you can see like the variety of colours. I love this yarn worked up. I love it even more now. I'm so happy that I picked this to create this hat out of. And then I've got this much left. And I could do 2 more rows because you have to end down this end. So I could do 2 more, but I need to join them, and it's not, you're not sewing, you're crocheting the 2 ends together like this. Then you need to gather the top, and then I thought maybe if there was like a little bit left, I could neaten up the edge. It doesn't look that messy on camera, but it is a little bit uneven. So like I could do something with the edge. I think it's better to have like a little bit extra to play with than not. Next steps, I'm going to sew this, join it together, sew the top, and then try it on. And then I'll check back in and show you the final look. Hello, I'm checking back in because I have joined the hat together, but I'm not happy with the seam that was suggested. Like you can see here, not just the colours, how prominent it is. These ones here are quite flat. And then this seam in joining the two is really prominent. I don't like it. Even if it's stretched, it's still raised. And if you can tell, I'm doing a terrible job. So I don't like it. I think I'm gonna frog it. Maybe try a different, maybe slip stitch together and hope for the best. Okay, I'm back. I tried just a general slip stitch and it looks better. It's at least flatter. I feel like that's the best I'm gonna get unless I sew it. Done it. Anyway, it's joined. Hopefully it's big enough. I just need to sew this top part up. It's done! Yay! I've finished. I have closed up the top. It is complete. Let's try it on. Please don't judge how this looks based on my current appearance, but let's try it on and see how we do. It's quite long, like that's without turning it up. So I guess you could have it long if you wanted, although I will not be. I will not be wearing it like that. More like that. What do we think? There we go. It's done. It's made. It's toasty. It's really nice. It looks cool, actually. Anyway, it fits. It looks pretty cool. It's definitely going to be good enough for skiing, right? Complete. All done. My thoughts on this pattern. So simple. Literally repeated stitch back and forth, back and forth. Perfect size. I think even if I had done 50 rows, it's not like stretching, it's not ruining the shape too much with a bit of stretch. You still got the ribbing in there, which is good. My only thing was I changed the how you join the two sides together. Actually, I can't even spot where I have joined it, the slip stitch that I did. So that's good. I also realised that I probably could have done the other one, the half double crochet, because you turn it inside out. Once you've joined, you turn it inside out, and therefore that's why I can't see where I've joined it, because I don't think you would have seen it anyway. So that's fine. My one thing is like the top, if it focuses, it's not perfect here. I joined it together as it said, to close the hole. I tied it tight. It's actually neater on the inside than it is on the other side. So technically I could just wear it this way and it's a bit neater, but negligible really. I would recommend this pattern, yes. I'll link it in the description down below if you're interested. As always, thank you for joining me for another video. Keep crocheting and I'll see you in the next one.